Hello scrappers and planet lovers, Tin Man here with another video. So I received several questions from a viewer a couple weeks ago, and one of their questions was about ovens. Which type of oven is worth more as scrap? A gas-powered oven or an electric oven? So you can see right behind me, I actually happened to find both of them this week while going to work. You do find ovens quite often on garbage day. People are getting rid of them. And they are out at the curb. And the great thing about ovens is that they are 100% scrappable and good value. I could bring both of these in as is and get appliance weight price. This one here actually weighs 170 pounds. This electric one here weighs about 150 pounds. So some great value there just in appliance weight. But I am going to make way more money taking the time to separate some of the items. Your gas ones have a lot more brass on them and either stainless steel or aluminum hoses. Your electric one here has some really nice stainless steel and always a really nice thick power cord. So gonna take the opportunity right now to look at some of the items on both, compare them, price them, and hopefully help you maximize your profit, as well as, most importantly, divert both of these away from the landfill. So gonna start in a second. I do also want to take this opportunity to show a brand new shirt. This came from my merch store. So Tin Man Scrapper on the back says Let's Scrap. So if you're interested, go check out that merch store. Very comfortable shirt. It is a nice material here. I do want to apologize as well as I get started. You can see that my face is glistening a little bit. We are in the Canada Day long weekend right now and a little bit of a heat wave. So my garage here feels like an oven. So here we go, we're gonna start right at the top. Actually, this electric oven has 4 really nice heating coils. You can see it is non-magnetic. So there is actually a category at scrap yards for heating coils or heating elements. At the scrapyard, I take these 2 in Sarnia, Ontario. They actually give me clean stainless steel value, and that's going for about 77 cents a pound. There is, unfortunately, a little bit of magnetic attraction on this connector here. Very easy to take off, so I just take a pair of pliers and pop it off, so it's easy to do. But you do have to remove that. If you don't, you're going to get downgraded to dirty stainless, which is only about 6 to 9 cents a pound. So very simple, as I said, it just comes off with a pair of pliers. But 4 of these on the top, as well inside your heating element that gets really nice and red, that too is part of that category, so you do want to take those out. Inside as well, I love ovens because not only do a lot of them have your heating racks, which are going to give me tin value. Tin right now is going for about 10 to 14 cents a pound. It always, or usually has as well, baking trays and baking sheets. So this one actually came with a really nice roaster here. This, as you can see, is magnetic. And something like this, I can also get tin value for, but I can also use this in my garage. This would be a great catch basin when I'm opening up my compressors. I can put the compressor right in there, cut it open, and no risk of spillage on my bench. It also had a few little baking trays like this. Sometimes you want to check these. Sometimes people do throw them out. They could be aluminum baking trays or muffin trays, non-magnetic, and going for about 55 cents a pound in London, Ontario. So great thing about ovens, you can usually find different baking trays as well. Down in the drawer, okay, this drawer is empty, but again, this is some really nice tin shred here. My gas one here, the top, the difference, you have 2 different types of elements here, or different types of components. This one here, put a magnet to the top here. This is magnetic. This is actually going to give me steel price. And I do want to take the opportunity. I have had a lot of viewers ask me, why do you mention tin or shred and compare it with steel? Those are categories at a scrapyard to separate the material. Tin or shred is any type of magnetic material that is thinner than 1/4 inch. So all of the outer panel on these ovens and appliances, microwaves for examples, all of those, because they are thin sheets, they are tin or shred. So they, are going for about 10 to 14 cents a pound. This and any other type of magnetic material that is thicker than 1/4 inch. So a lot of your structural beams, trampoline poles, for example, or any other type of piping tubes, because those are thicker than 1/4 inch, those are going to give you steel price. It's a couple cents more, so it's about 14 to 17 cents a pound. But in my opinion, it does depend on how much you have, if it's worth separating. If I only have a couple little pieces like this in my tin, I'm just going to leave it and get the tin price. It's not worth bringing it to a different pile in the scrapyard just for a couple extra cents. But that is why we refer to tin or shred and steel. Not what it's made of, but the thickness and the category at a scrapyard. So hopefully that clarifies it for people. The other thing on top or underneath that plate were other pieces. These are cast aluminum. There are 5 of them up there. So clean cast aluminum right here, going for about 56 cents a pound. So I throw these in with my old school barbecues, the black ones. A lot of frying pans are your cast aluminum. So great value there. Inside of this, unfortunately, when I was putting this in my truck, I did break the glass, but this one too has some really nice baking racks here. Again, some more. This actually could probably be thrown into my steel. Nice, thick. They are thicker than 1/4 inch, but again, doesn't weigh much. Just going to throw it right into my tin shred. This one didn't come with any baking trays on the top. Look on the bottom. Nope, nothing on the bottom either. Okay, but going to turn this around to show you. You can see a really nice hose there. Going to take the moment. Okay, so sorry about the noise, but just want to show the difference between the backs. Okay, this one doesn't have a sound. There we go. Both of these did have really nice panels here. You can see this panel. All of this is going to be tin shred, so great value there. But your big difference is this great big wire. This one had a really nice hose to it. This hose connects to a lot of your pipes here. As you can see, I put a magnet to this hose. This is magnetic, but this entire thing here is stainless steel. I do actually find tons of this stuff at job sites that goes to different gas hookups, barbecue hookups, for example, or if you just have a cooktop, you will find a lot of this hose. So this is stainless steel. This one is actually in pretty good condition, but again, you do have to remove the top pieces here, the connectors, to get good stainless steel price here, because if I take this in, that piece is magnetic. So very easy to do. Just take a grinder, cut it off. So 77 cents a pound for this. This, again, is just going to be thrown right into my tin shred. Okay, on the bottom here, you have some really nice hoses that you can see, non-magnetic. I am going to just take one of these off to show you. And I will have, as I mentioned, at the end of my video, in the description, I will separate the materials, factor in how much each one is worth, how much weight I get from each one. But these are just connectors screwed in. There we go. All right, it's just unscrews. Okay, goes all the way to a couple different ones. Lots of pipes for this. There we go. So just want to, there's actually 3 of these in the back, but just going to take this one up to the camera. You can see some really nice brass on that. That's going to give me yellow brass. Currently right now it's going for $3.05 a pound. This hose, it's either going to be stainless steel or aluminum. And the best way to check is the spark test. If I was to take a grinder right here and hit this with a grinder and it sparks, it means that it's going to be stainless steel. If I hit it with a grinder and it does not spark, it means it's going to be aluminum. So this, if it was aluminum, it's going to be clean aluminum, and currently going for about 45 cents a pound. So just going to test it to see, put on some safety glasses in case. So here we go. So some nice clean aluminum hose. It's not heavy, but it does add up. You do want to make sure you get the brass off there. Very easy. I'm just going to cut it straight down. It will come off to get that really nice $3.05 a pound for that yellow brass. And there are, as you can see, 2 of them here, one all the way down to that, one here. Each one of them does have brass. There is a brass fitting inside here as well. Both of these do have a lot of nice wire that you see. This wire is going to give me what we classify as 60% appliance wire because it all has only one coating of plastic on it. And currently right now this is going for about $2.35 a pound Canadian. It has gone down a little bit. Unfortunately, all copper prices have gone down about 20 to 30 cents, but still an excellent value there. They both have a small copper bearing motor. Inside there is a fan that drives inside of that, cools off inside once you're done. So it does have right here a little bit of copper on both of them, as well a small little fan on this one. Okay, I'm just going to hopefully remove the back of this. What's interesting about your electric ones is, once I cut this, again, I'm going to have to cut this to get to the control panel. So lots of wire coming down here. Okay, but your electric one here, what's great about the control panels is it does have a lot of your wires. Okay, so this is why I love these electric ones, these control dials. Great items here, really nice. These circuit boards, relay boxes. Every one of these boxes, once I open them, is going to have some really nice prongs of brass, as well as some silver contacts. So small dots of silver inside of there. You can see there's one here, one large one. Here's another one. This large one right here. It has 1, 2 over here, as well as a lot of wire. Okay, so look at those nice brass prongs. These 2 I will take off. I will put those into my brass. Okay, the rest of this is going to be tin, but your dials like this, great source of scrap material. Here, I'm just going to cut this wire. This, as I said, is my nice value copper. I never pass these up on garbage day, even if I could not take the whole thing. Back in the day when I had a car, I would not pass this up for the cord. The cord I would cut, because look at that beautiful cord. This is all thick brass. Look at that brass prongs right there. Inside of it, it's got one really nice thick number 2 copper wire. This currently right now is going for $4.17 a pound. These ones, if I was just to remove the outer coating, I would upgrade these wires to my 60%. Okay, but if I was to bring this in as is, because it has the outer coating, I'm going to get 40% appliance weight. And that currently is going for about $1.36 a pound. So it is well worth your time to strip this, open it. And I do have a separate video whereby I did an experiment stripping the entire thing and comparing the price from this to all clean number 2 copper. It is very well worth it. And I will include in my link, my description, the link to that video. So if you're interested, go check it out. But I will never pass up this cord as well because it has some really nice heavy brass prongs. So great value there for sure. The rest of this thing, as I mentioned, is a lot of tin panels here. I do have some screws to remove. Inside of this, it does have some of your insulation. I could leave the insulation on in here. They're not going to penalize me for that if I leave it in. But you definitely want to get as much of the wire that you can. For sure, this all adds up, way better price. You want to get these fans. They are, as I said, some nice copper on that, as well as the little motor here. Okay, the difference between this circuit board is this one does have a small transformer, so I'm just going to try and remove this if I can. There we go. Okay, this one actually has a little bit of aluminum. I can see the aluminum top. Oh, there's one more screw that I have to get. And as I mentioned, it is warm in here. I apologize. I am feeling a little bit sluggish from this heat. I am dripping, but I'm gonna just cut this away now. Okay, so I can feel just from the material here, if I put a magnet to this one, this is actually aluminum, okay? But really nice transformer there that I'm gonna get nice transformer copper from. Gonna open that. The rest of the frame will be tin shred price, but a few relay boxes as well. Gonna have some copper inside of those, as well as some small silver contacts. But this, as I said, you do wanna check your control panels. Put a magnet to it. It is non-magnetic. It is aluminum. So some clean aluminum here. Again, gonna give me 50 cents a pound for this. Inside of this as well, this control panel, you can see the little ticker tape there. Once I remove that circuit board, this does have a what we call a silver mallard board. There is silver recovery in that. It is very thin, but I have a huge bag of it and I can sell those online down the road for silver recovery, or try to refine it on my own. But those, anytime you have types of push buttons like this, microwaves, washing machines, anything that has these type of non-clicking circuit boards, there is always going to be a silver mallard in there. But again, you do want to check the top control panels because it is non-magnetic. Gonna get way more money from that than if you just threw it in with your appliance weight price. So again, clean aluminum, non-magnetic. Okay, this one, as you saw, is magnetic. Okay, and this one from the electric one, it does have a small sheet. You can see right there, that is glass, but I do not have to remove that. I'm just gonna get the goodies off of here and bring in the tin with the glass on it. Okay, so I'm not gonna lose any value there. They're not gonna penalize me for that, but there is definitely your difference. You wanna check your control panels to see if it is aluminum or tin. Okay, so as mentioned, I do have full breakdowns of both of these items. There is definitely a lot of similarities, but there are some differences. Some great aluminum hoses on this, a really nice yellow stainless steel one, a lot of nice brass connectors on here that you see that are going to be running through this. This one, as mentioned, a lot of appliance wire, a great hose or a plug, sorry, with brass and #2 copper. Some really nice control panel pieces with big pieces of brass in these, as well as some silver and other connectors. So hope you enjoyed that. Again, hopefully that answered the question. I will put the full breakdown price comparison in my link, so to hopefully answer that question. But I am gonna just stop there. I am sweating very profusely. It is warm in here, but hopefully again that answered that question. So again, to all my Canadian viewers, happy Canada Day weekend. To all my Americans, July 4th is right around the corner, so happy 4th of July if I don't post before that. So again, thank you for watching. Keep the questions coming. Please comment down below, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Tin Man out.